Well, I do have to say that I was at New York Comic Con last year, and when I was at my autograph session, I went to go set up and getting ready and look, and next table over is Elijah Dushku of Dollhouse and Buffy fame and whatnot, and I'm just like, okay, like only like 3 feet away from me. So I was like, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you before when you were saying you just fly on the wall, fly on the wall. Did they eventually ask you to leave? It's like there's some girl sitting at the bird's board like going, fly on the wall, fly on the wall, fly on the wall, fly. Stanley walked over and said, look dear, I'm in room 653. I don't know what fly on the wall means, but I want to know.
I'm not going to lie, he was a little flirty.
If you're going to be fly on the wall, then I'm going to be Spider-Man. Is this horrible hangover moment where you go up to room 653 and he's wearing the Spider-Man underoos? When are we going to start doing this thing?
And then what do you do? Like, you just got to go with it.
You're like, well, it's Stan Lee, okay.
He's playing the Nightcat CD.
That's really funny. So, yeah, we have to play it cool, but we certainly have this moment.
Well, the great thing about Elijah was that, I was more like, okay,
You're invited
right,
to your room to play Spider-Man.
yeah, exactly. You don't know me, but I'm Stan Lee.
You're a fly, I'm a spider, let's go.
What I did was, my friend that was with her, I was like, oh, hey, hey, we're at a convention and everything, and so I get on my camera and take these pictures of, different things at the con, and I'm like, oh, hey, we got a picture of you.
I'm so This has nothing to do with you.
This has nothing to do with the fact that I'm kind of taking a picture beyond you. Okay. All right, I got a picture.
I like to do that with people who look like either famous people or anyone that would be on the Jersey Shore. Pretend like you're in a picture with them, and then I zoom around. Yeah, that's what I do. Thanks.
Other questions?
I actually have a question for Robert. I missed it, but who did you say you were in Power Rangers? I'm sorry, I feel rude.
Lord Zed.
And Finster.
Lord Zed, thank you.
And Finster.
And Finster.
It's not good. I started out doing Finster, and then Lord Zed came into the picture, and I was doing that.
Snatched it up.
Nice.
Okay.
It took me 3 weeks to snatch it up. It took me a long time to get that part.
Oh, that's
There's a whole story attached to that I'll tell you another time. If it comes up.
questions.
Anybody else?
Yes.
Is there anyone you enjoy working with, like in particular, like who your favorite person to work with is?
I've never worked with Bill, but I think we get along really well.
She seems like a good kid.
Yeah.
I mean, actor and actress wise or director wise?
Actor, actress, focus, interview. Like during your history of working, who do you enjoy working with the most?
So many times I go into the booth alone and I'm not really working with anybody except the director. I like working with Barbara as Rita in Power Rangers. Even though we didn't work together live, if she recorded her lines first, I got to listen to them and play off of them. So yeah, we had a lot of respect for each other. And, we knew I knew what she was going to do, and she knew what I was going to do, so we were able to make it sound like we were in the booth at the same time when it came out on the soundtrack. I like working with the director of this Power Rangers, Scott Page, because he gave us a lot of freedom to change lines. Let's say sometimes we have a new writer on the Power Rangers who just wrote the wrong thing for Lord Zed. I said, Lord Zed would not say it like that. He'd say it like this. So Scott said, change it. By all means. So, it's good to get that kind of freedom.
Amy Rose and Sonic. She's done a lot of different things. She's also does directing, and I have to say, talking about people that you just had a great time with, when she does ADR direction, it's a blast being in the studio with her because she's just all this energy. She's just this little ball of energy. And she's like, okay, let's do this, and then like she'll just keep it going and keep you laughing throughout. She's like, I need you to change it. It's like, let's get a little more excited. And like she'll go into, because of course she's a voice actress, like she'll start going into different voices and everything, and it's a blast working with her. We always end up like cracking up and having way too much fun, wasting way too much time, but we still do a good job. So yeah, I love working with her. So,
As far as director go, one that pops into my mind immediately because she's very, she trusts me as an actor, which is something that I think we appreciate, like my instincts being trusted and that I'm saying something for a reason and then, giving it a chance. Because a lot of times directors hear it ahead of time, a certain way. And she's Colleen Klinkenbeard is very flexible to let things work around. She's an amazing director. I love working with her. As far as acting-wise, I know Michael Tatum and I have this really cool story when we did Spice and Wolf. We were doing Spice and Wolf. And I wrote that and directed it and was Chloe in that. And she has a scene with Michael Tatum, who was playing the lead. And during that scene, their scene together was a very intimate scene. Do you know Spice and Wolf at all? There's a very intimate scene that they have where she's basically telling him how she really feels, and he's like, awkward, so just awkward. So it's a very touching, kind of sad scene. And when he was recording it, I was directing it, so I turned the mic on and turned the beeps off, and we just did the scene. Like, I said it to him from the director's chair, and he said it back to me from the booth. It was awesome. It was so awesome. And then a lot of the stuff fit and used what was in that actual take, but the stuff that didn't quite fit, he knew where he was in that moment when we were having this like magical moment in the booth, so he could go immediately back where he was and pick it up. And then when I recorded it, I could go immediately back to that moment as well. And it's one of my favorite moments in the booth by far, because it just was very natural and it was cool. I didn't tell him I was going to do it because I didn't think about it until I was right there, because that's how I work. And I was like, boom. Now we're just doing the scene, and he knew it immediately and picked it up, and it was really cool. He also sometimes records affirmations for me in a British dialect, and I enjoy that. More questions?
I had a question.
Sure.
I was saying, like I would play the voice. How long did it take you to create the voice? Where do you find a point where you feel comfortable of him speaking out like that?
Right away. It took me about a half an hour to develop it at home. I worked it at home because I was given the pages to take home to study for the audition. And I had a voice that I used about a year earlier that was similar, except it was a little higher and coming up through the nose, and I just switched around where the air was coming from, and there was Lord's Edge. And basically this became this.
Does it get uncomfortable after a while when